Hi, beautiful people. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I just am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our life and to teach us how to become spiritual beings. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlemagne and God, it ain't gonna stop me. It ain't gonna stop me. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to push this up because my chest look, I don't know, I'm not really liking how this is looking. Anyways, I hope this message finds you well. Angel number 31 and 36. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to do this message a little bit differently, and we're going to start this off with getting a message from the universe. So, dear God, guardians, and ancestors, what information do you deem ready for us to hear at this time? Please deliver these messages to me and through me. In God's name I pray. Shame. I'm gonna make this a little quick, cute little message. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna do one message, one card. One card we're gonna focus on is create space for new love. Uh-oh, is this turning into a love reading? All right, so this is the message from our ancestors. They're asking us to create new space for new love. Let's see why they're asking us to create new space for new love. We're going to go ahead and go into our romance angels. It's really straightforward. I don't have a channel guidance off of that one. Angel number 137. God, why are you asking us to create space for new love? Why is this so important? Y'all know for dark confusion in me or the peace of mind. To the bottom. All right, I love this. So God is asking us to create space for new love. I feel like we're still going down the same route that we were talking about a little bit last week. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Oh God, please don't do this. Please don't do this right now, guys. I have a very complicated relationship with my parents, and so I don't want to hear this. Creating new space for new love. I feel like what God is saying is that as we learn to forgive our parents and kind of just let go of that stuff from our past, then we are able to create a new space for love. I feel like what God is asking us to do is your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, healing family issues. I think it's just really important for us to get to the truth of our family issues. I think I was saying it a couple of weeks ago, like if you never examined your life before, if you never really, had a time to process what actually happened to you, then you may find that you're still living out patterns from your childhood. And it's just, like reoccurring into your adult life. And so say, for example, my ex, he was very much like my father, where he was one of those people who was, just very charming, life of the party. He was very loyal to his family and his friends. But then now I also am realizing the same thing from the thing that I was attracted with my ex and my father, is that those people are always, they can be super, amazing to other people, but 9 times out of 10, and this is not true for everybody, but what I realized is that my ex and my dad were the exact same people. Like, they were amazing to outside people, outside world, but treat their internal family like shit. And so I realized that by going through all of this stuff with examining my childhood, I had an inner child therapy before. I just realized that for me, it's more important for me, like, say, for example, I know that I want to be, this New York Times bestselling author. I tell y'all all the times about the books that I want to write and like the movies that I want to direct and stuff. And so it's like, I know I want to live this very big life. And I know that I do want to obtain a certain level of recognition for my work and for my art. And so with that happens, I know that it's going to create a certain spotlight on me and a certain expectation of me. But I also know, because of everything that I've been through in my childhood, that though I want to obtain those levels, what's most important for me is to have a family and to have, my own little family unit. And so I know that when it comes time to, you know, I'm having, you know, I'm doing good in my career, now I'm having a family, I know my kids are always going to come first, like no matter what. Like I just know that my kids have to come first, because I know the end result of what happens when your parent is amazing to other people but they're shitty to you. It makes you question your existence. It makes you feel like, well, why can they be like that to somebody else but they're not like that to you? It makes you jealous of people. Like I don't want my kids to ever feel that way. I want my kids to know that they are just as important as the outside world. And so I feel like moving forward, I can like create space for that and like be mindful that I'm with a partner who also has that mindset. Like I'm not trying to be the only mom at home or the only one stressing out, or like me being in a house where the dad is barely there. Like that's no. I want a person, a partner who is also very mindful about, you know, what they're doing and how they're inflicting, you know, how they're raising their kids. I'm sorry, I'm confusing y'all. Probably because this is something I'm thinking about myself. But I realized that when you are in this world, there is a chance that you can inspire and influence other people. Like, yes, you know, the J's and the B, like, whatever. They inspire us. But it's a guarantee that you are going to make or break your child. Like you may inspire millions of people, but it's a guarantee that you're going to make or break your child. Angel number 38. And so because I know that, because I know the first 5 years of my child life, I am literally creating and building their self-esteem, how hard they're going to go in life, all of that stuff. I know how important those first 5 years of my child life is. And I also know how important it is for me to have a parent, for me to have a partner who is on that same page. And I feel like by me being mindful of that, and by me recognizing my childhood patterns, and by me, you know, even going back down to like, I used to put my father on this pedestal. And as I grew older, I realized that I viewed my father so highly, but I was feeling like this disconnect feeling inside. And then I had that dream, and I realized that I was putting my father on this pedestal, but he wasn't putting me on a pedestal. He wasn't loving me. And so when I looked at my love life, that was happening. I was putting these men up on a pedestal when they were barely doing anything for me. So I say all that to say that as you start to recognize your patterns in your childhood, that opens up. Once you heal that, now you can have a different chance at life. You can experience a different type of love, because that's the beauty of life. Once you're able to recognize your pattern and see, you know, okay, this is how I go wrong, then you can move on and go to the next level. And it's not like you won't ever have that pattern again, or it may not ever come up again, but because you're aware of it, you can see it and move on. You don't have to wait another 7 years in a relationship before you realize, oh shit, this person is just like my father. You can know when you're feeling that instant feeling like, oh shit, I felt that with him. You can move on. So this is what God is just trying to, again, doubling down that as we heal ourselves, as we become better within ourselves, we also become better partners and become better in love. So just know that as you're healing yourself, you're working on yourself, you're also not only healing your whole love, your whole bloodline, but you're also getting yourself closer and closer to having true love. You know, you don't have to worry about that fuckboy shit, because you're not living in that default toxic pattern. Okay? All right, I love that. Let's, I did want to go to our mantras, but I am actually going to go ahead and go into our getting into the vortex, angel number 848. Get us a tool that we can use for this beautiful card. Dear God, guardian, and dear God, angels, ancestors, clarify this message or create space for new love and healing family issues. Why is it important for us to recognize that as we heal ourselves and heal our childhood trauma, we also open up space for new love? Why is this so important of a concept? What is a tool that we can use to apply it into our daily lives? Or what do you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me or the viewer's mind. Okay. All right. So I love this. I can focus on what I do want in a relationship. So again, about healing these family issues. By focus upon the wanted characteristics of those around you, you train your vibrational offering to match only the best in them. So again, if you are in a toxic family behavior and pattern, or if you're in a toxic family environment and you're constantly focusing on that, then by default you will bring in a toxic partner. But if instead you're in that environment and you're not focusing on the toxicity, but you're choosing to focus on the good aspects, so say the way that my dad is able to connect with his community, the way my dad makes people feel, the way my dad make me feel, like when I focus on those good things, then I'm also calling those good things into my life. And then the law of attraction I'm gonna start over. By focusing upon the wanted characteristics of those around you, you train your vibrational offering to match only the best in them. And then the law of attraction can no longer match you up with the worst of them. When you focus upon the worst of them, you train your vibrational offering to match only the worst in them. The law of attraction can no longer match you up with the best of them. When you focus upon the worst of them, you train your vibrational offering to match only the worst in them. The law of attraction can no longer match you up with the best in them. So again, with this healing childhood patterns, angel number 1117, I'm thinking about how a lot of us women, we have, especially I feel like it's all across the board. We have issues with our dad. We have issues with our dad either not protecting us, not being there for us, not providing for us. And then we wonder why we have complicated relationship with men, because we're still focused on, okay, my dad didn't protect me. My dad didn't love me. My dad didn't take care of me. And so when we get into relationships and we get this partner that comes in our life, subconsciously, because this person is a man, your dad is a man, and this person is a man, or your mom, whatever, your mom's a woman and the girl is a woman, subconsciously, you're automatically thinking, okay, is this person going to provide for me? Is this person going to take care of me? Is this person going to, you see what I'm saying? And also, I think we have to realize that why it's so important for us to vibrationally date. When we're in a toxic environment, I told you by default, you can attract a toxic partner. But if we're in this toxic environment and we're choosing, okay, and mentally I'm deciding that I'm only going to focus on the good. I'm only going to focus on what's going to better me. And as we're focusing on those good things, right? The good things of the people in our bad environment, I feel like what happens is God started bringing in other people who have those good attitudes, who have those good attributes, and he shifts out the toxicity. So which means that's why maybe some of us may be having disconnects from our family, because if they're not willing to change, you can't exist in toxicity, right? You don't want to be in that environment. So in order for you to get into a different vibration, it may make sense for you to get out of the toxic environment so that you can start focusing on taking care of yourself. And as I'm saying this, I feel like for some of you guys, you need to give yourself permission to say, okay, I'm going to take a break from my family. It's okay to step back for a minute, even if just for a moment, to get yourself together, just so you can stop getting in that vibration. Right? So that you can stop attracting all of that nastiness that comes with that vibration. And if you're not able to get out of that vibration, or you're not able to get out of that environment because you're young or because you depend on your parents, then focus on the best of them. And then just trust the universe to bring in more manifestations of what you're focusing on. And I bet you eventually either your environment going to improve, your relationship with your parents going to improve, or you're going to shift into a better environment, right? 3 things can happen, and all 3 things are in your favor, okay? So again, God is just telling us that it's time for us to mentally start making space for love, and knowing that as we're healing ourselves, we're also opening up the possibility for something more. I love that. Underneath this is attempting to control others only attract more to be controlled. So again, letting go of some of the control issues, letting go of even trying to control God, trying to control your parents. I think I was really stuck on my healing journey because I was so like, okay, my parents did all this to me. They need to apologize to me. They need to admit when they were wrong. And because they weren't admitting that they were wrong, I was just stuck. I just kept focusing on it. Okay, but we know that when we're focusing on something, we're creating energy and we're creating momentum around it. And so I'm getting all this thing because I'm so focused on the bad. I keep getting new experiences of my past because I'm still focusing on the bad. So I had to just let it go. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I had to admit to God, like, I don't know if I can forgive my father. I don't know if I could really let it go. But I feel like when I even admitted that, when I even said that out loud, just being honest and being like, no, this hurts me so much that I don't even know that I could let it go. I feel like I found healing because I was able to recognize that this really did hurt me. And I feel like sometimes we do ourselves and we can't heal our family problems because we're trying to be a good person because we don't want to admit things that things are as bad as they really are. But sometimes you have to in order to heal that situation and properly move on. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave that message there. Let's just get us a quick little affirmation. And then I'm going to end this with the work your light. Where we at? 15:45. All right, God, give us a affirmation that we can use to let go of these issues that we have with our family and our childhood. God, clarify this message of healing family issues, creating space for new love. I can focus on what I do want in a relationship, attempting to control all others, contributing to control others, attracts more to be controlled. Why is it so important for us to just heal ourselves so that we can open ourselves up for new love? A narrow room for doubt or confusion in me or the viewer's mind. Authenticity. Authenticity is the name of the game. Whatever comes up, I will feel it. Whatever needs to be said, I will say it. Whoever doesn't get it doesn't have to get it, but at least they know it because I have said it. And that's way better than leaving a passive aggressive note about it. Beautiful. Again, remember I was saying, like, sometimes I feel like what God is just asking us to do is to just admit that we're experiencing this strife. We're experiencing some discomfort and some ease, and God can take care of everything else. All right, y'all. Last message. I know I said work your light, but for some reason these Earth Angel cards are calling out to me, so I'm going to leave it here. All right, God, clarify this message of healing family issues. I can focus on what I do want in a relationship, creating space for new love and authenticity. God, why is it so important for us to be honest about the issues that we have in our family, be honest about our childhood trauma? How does that honesty create new space for love? How does healing ourselves create new space for love? What do you want us to know, allowing room for doubt or confusion in me or the viewer's mind? 24. Y'all, I'm sorry. I gotta move. This is not the... I gotta... No. This is not... I gotta go back to the work your light. I gotta be obedience. 24 breaks down to 6. 6 is all about balance as well, though. All right, God. Clarify this message of family healing, family issues, authenticity. I can focus on what I want in a relationship, create space for new love. What do we need to know? Allow no room for doubt and confusion in me or the viewer mind. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. I gotta go back to those cards, so I do have to go back. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Angel number 1842. And I'm gonna read that last card. This is supposed to be a quick message, guys. Stop trying to hijack my reading. All right, align your life. I feel like that's the action card, ain't it? Oh, inquiry card, 34. Okay. What in your life is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? We are cyclical beings in a constant state of change, of evolution, of growth. Change is one of the only certainties of life. When you resist your cyclical nature, you resist life and feel stuck. Many of us have learned to be who the world wants us to be, but there comes a time when it is harder to hold on to this facade than it is to embrace who we truly are. To surrender to how we have changed and align life to them. To surrender to how we have changed and allow life to that way of being. If you pull this card, you are being called to let go of who you once were or the things that you once defined yourself by. The job, the relationship, the mask you wore, and to embrace who you truly are now. To courageously step into the person that you are here to be in your full authenticity. To embrace your weirdness and your uniqueness. Perhaps you have outgrown some relationships or circumstances, and it is time to reassess and bring all the parts of your life into alignment so that they are in congruent with who you truly are today. What in your life is not aligned or needs to change? Angel number 2020. That is your message. No, it ain't. So sorry. I want to end it there, y'all. What is your life is not aligned. God is saying that it's time for us to stop defining ourselves by things that are no longer serving us. God is saying by being true to us, also authenticity, by being true to ourselves, we will get closer and closer to our dreams and those things that are truly meant for us. All right, last and final message, angel number 24. No matter how compelling an experience of challenge, darkness, or defeat may seem, you have divine protection and the promise of safe passage through to dawn. You will see and hear the truth of the light. You shall no longer be alone on this journey. Soul guides now help you find your true north. If you have been proceeding along a dangerous path, even unknowingly, Pyru will navigate you safely away from evil and ill wishing and guide you back to the higher purpose and sacred path. Information that has been hidden from you from a time will come to light. A guiding intelligence is assisting you safely through a situation that is otherwise confusing or dangerous for you. Divine powers are helping you in matters to do with battles, unfairness, or injustice, whether you are consciously aware of these things or not. Trust in the signs you see, especially in the truth that you hear, sometimes beneath what is being spoken. The accuracy of your insights and perceptions are heightened at this time. In Hawaii, this refers to vulnerable ancestors. This oracle also indicates that loved ones on the other sides are receiving your prayers and intention for their healing and sending you love and assistance. All right, y'all. So that is all I have for you. I don't know what things may have happened in your past, but God is just asking for you to let it go if it is no longer a light in your life, knowing that you are protected by the divine love of the universe. All right, y'all. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. When a thing hurts your eyes, stop looking at it. When it hurts your ears, stop listening to it. When it hurts your heart, stop justifying it. Ashe.